money everywhere. It's money in everything. I want to help you. Start your business today. Come join my royal family. Subscribe to Casino is the name. Hey, yo, what's going on? Right now you're watching Casino is the Name. And we live, baby. So basically in this video, I want to address some comments that have been made on one of my last videos. And in that video, I was talking about accountant salaries. Okay, so I'm an accountant. I have an accounting degree, bachelor's in accounting. I have a CPA certification. I'm a certified information system auditor. I am not a CPA. Now, I am preparing to take my CPA exam, but I am a CPA, but I am not a CPA. I want to preface that because that's very important for this video. All right, that is highly, highly important that we address that. Okay. Now, in that previous video, I said that I do not know any accountants who do not make six figures. I do not know an accountant who does not make at least $100,000 a year. Now, currently in the role that I'm in currently, I am not in a position that pays $100,000. Have I been in accounting positions that did pay $100,000? Now, do I make $100,000? Yes. I make over $100,000. Yes, true. But am I in a current position that is an accounting position that pays $100,000? No. Okay, I am not currently in a role that I make $100,000 as an accountant. I am currently in a different kind of position. So it's a leadership position, and that position does pay still six figures. All right. So now, have I been in an accounting position, in a position that required a bachelor's degree in accounting that paid $100,000 or more? Yes. Have I been in more than one of those type of positions? Yes. And might I remind you, I am not a CPA, and nor was I even a CPA. I did not have my CISA. I was not a certified information system auditor at the time that I was in those positions. Okay? All right. Now, I'm saying that because this video is going to get deeper, okay? This video is going to get a lot deeper than what it is right now, okay? So I just wanted to start it out by letting you guys know that I do not have a CPA currently. I am authorized to sit for the CPA exam and take the CPA exam. I've gone through the process of turning my transcripts in and all of that kind of stuff for NASBA to verify that I have the appropriate accounting credits and the appropriate degree or whatever that NASBA here in Georgia. I live in the Atlanta area, okay? So have I gone through the process of making sure that NASBA says that I can sit for the CPA? See, because there's a thing. You have to go through that process in order to sit for the CPA. Same thing if you would go to be a lawyer, right? You have to go through the bar to find out if you can sit for the bar. Whatever the lawyer thing is called in accounting for the CPA, it's called NASBA. So in order to get a license, to become a licensed CPA, you have to go through NASBA. So I've gone through NASBA. I have the thing saying, hey, congratulations, you can sit and take the CPA exams because it's that you have to pass 4 parts. So I have that where I can actually sit for it. Have I taken it? No. Have I even started studying for it? No. Now, truthfully, I should have taken one, maybe about to take my second part by now, maybe 3 parts by now, but I have not yet set to take the CPA exam, okay? Now, I'm saying all of this because some people had some issues with my last video, where in the video I said that I do not know any accountants who do not make 6 figures. And when I say accountants, I mean accountants and auditors. Now, for people who do taxes, there are people who do taxes. Taxes does not require you be an accountant to do taxes. There's plenty of people who do taxes who have no more than a high school diploma. Maybe some that don't even have that. I don't know. It does not require you be an accountant. Now, is that a type of accounting? Is that an accounting job? Yes, that is an accounting kind of job, profession, whatever you call it. That is in the field of accounting, right? Do you have to be an accountant to do that job? No. So no, you don't have to be an accountant to do that job. If you're working for the Big Four or something like that, they probably are hiring accountants to do that job, but you don't have to be an accountant to do taxes. To be a tax attorney, that's a different thing. To be a CPA, that's a different thing. To be a CDFM, that's a different thing. To be a CGFM, that's a different thing. To be a CMA, that's a different thing. I'm naming accounting certifications outside of the tax attorney. That's not what I'm referring to. But if you were going to do any of those certifications, those are accounting certifications. There's a lot of accounting certifications. The CIA, Certified Internal Auditor, CFE, Certified Fraud Examiner. That's actually the one that I was going to do before I did the CISA, but I ended up doing the CISA. I'm happy with that, and now I go for the CPA. I was an IT auditor, okay? Mind you, I am not a CPA. Have I been in accounting jobs that paid six figures? Yes. Yes. I took a $16,000 pay cut to take the position that I'm in even currently. But the position I'm in is a six-figure position still, okay? I want to preface all of these things because people had some issues with my last video. And you know me. If you know anything about me, I like to keep it 100. All right? If you watch this channel, just know I keep it real. I keep it real on this channel. I don't know about other people's channels. All right? So for anybody to think that I'm capping by any of this stuff, they tripping. All right? You're tripping. Okay? You're tripping. So let's do it like this. I'm going to read what someone said, and I just chose this one. There's other people who are like, oh, wait a minute. Oh. Now, mind you, there was somebody who said that they do not make six figures who commented on one of these videos on this channel. Let me see if I can go to I'm gonna try to go to the actual cancel there. Okay. Okay, where is it? I'm looking for the one where somebody said they're making, okay, here it is. This guy says, exclusive, I really don't know if it's a guy, but I'm assuming it's a guy, I don't know why, but exclusive Vizo says, I'm 4 years in at $80K, at $80,000. He's making $80,000 4 years into his career. 4 years into his career. On the east side of the country, I work with the federal contractor and I have made a senior at an accounting firm previously. I honestly feel like I should be making more. And I agree. Well, they say they feel like they should be making more. Now, he says he's on the east side of the country. I don't know where that is. I don't know if he's in a major city. I don't know. And of course, a lot of these things are predicated on location and how far along you are in your salary, in your career, what organization you're working for, what it is that you actually do. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. He said he made senior partner at a firm, at any firm, and he's not making six figures. I don't know, but he's only 4 years in. I don't even know how you make senior partner at 4 years in. I don't know what that is. I don't know where he works. And there's no shot at him. You know what I mean? There's no shot at him. And if they didn't outline a trajectory for him to get to 6 figures at his current job, I'm not familiar with that kind of thing. Also, mind you, even though he made this comment on this channel, on this video, I do not know this person. I want to say this because in the video I said I do not know any accountants or auditors who do not make $100,000 or more, or are in a position, well, actually I don't know any that don't bring in that much income currently, like who don't already make 100,000. I'm not even referring to getting in a position that will eventually take you to 100,000. So like he may be in a, like just for example, for him, he might be 4 years into a career that the position that he's currently in may start at 50,000 or 60,000 or 70,000 or whatever, but it will take him to 120 if he stays in that position. One job, you don't got to go get another one. Most positions have that built into the trajectory that I know of. I'm unfamiliar with these jobs that I mean, he's only 4 years in. So 7 years in, maybe he's at the $100,000 mark and maybe he hasn't had to change positions. I don't know. He's only, I say this like he's only $20,000 away. I'm only saying that because for me, I was getting like $10,000 raises every year. I started at $40,678. That's what I started at. Okay, as an auditor, I started in that position, but that position went to, I think it was like 117,000. That one position. So if I had stayed in that one position, that position would have gone to 117,000. That one job, it starts you at 40-something thousand. And over the course of your career, you didn't have to get another job. We eventually pay you. At the time, the cap on it was like 117,000. I'm actually getting ready to look up the cap on that position now because it's changed. Because inflation. This was years ago, some years ago, right? And so I'm gonna look up the salary. And the reason I'm saying this is because the position was a GS 7, 9, 11, 12, 13. It was a GS position that would have taken me, which is a federal civilian, federal employee position. It would have taken me from a $40,000 as a GS 7, 40,678 in Atlanta at the time, to GS 13 over 7, 9, 11, 12, 13. 4 years if you promoted every time, right? Now, GS 13 at the time might have been like 117 or something at the cap. Let me see what GS 13, 2026, Atlanta. You can look this up. Follow along. Look this up. GS 13 salary, Atlanta, Georgia. All right, so let's see what it says. This is public information. You can look these numbers up. All right, so let's see. 2026. GS 13 currently, and it didn't start at this amount back then. Matter of fact, I'm gonna look, see if I can find, it was 2016, I believe. No, it was 2017 is when I got the position, but it was like in the beginning of 2017. So GS 13 back then started at 90,000 and it went up to 117,000, like I said. So it started at 90,000 if you got to GS 13, which you could have done in 4 years, maybe 5, right? But you could have promoted on time every time if fortunate enough, like you were qualified, right? So, but the position was built in. So it would have taken you from 40,000 to 50,000 over 4 years, right? But that position topped out once you got to GS 13 at 117,000. It would have taken you several years to get there, but you would have been there. Currently GS 13 salary in Atlanta, Georgia, In different cities and different states, is, it's different. But in Atlanta, Georgia, currently, remember, it started at $90,000. Currently, GS13 starts at $112,000. At $112,000. GS13 currently starts at $112,000. Previously, it topped out at at $117,000. That's what it topped out as. It started at $90,000. Now it starts at $112,000. And currently it tops out at, guess how much? I would love if I had some more participation on this channel, but I know you guys is probably busy. But currently, you can look this up. GS13 salary in Atlanta, Georgia, tops out after several years, of course. It takes years to get there. But that one position, when getting there, would top out at $146,325 right now. Right now, in Atlanta, Georgia, GS13 will take you to $146,000. That's without overtime. That was the typical base for accountant slash auditor, well, at least auditor, I guess accountants as well, but that was non-supervisory. You were not a supervisor. You were not in leadership. And you could make $146,000 a year. Well, right now you could make $146,000 a year as an auditor without being in a leadership position. Are you following me? Please hit the like button if you understand what I'm saying. Hit the like button. Now, I understand. Everybody may not understand the stuff that I'm talking about. I get it. So we're gonna bring it back. We're gonna bring it back. All right. And by the way, this same position would start at $53,000. Right. Let's say if you got a GS7 position, auditor position right now, out of college, and it's a GS7. Got a GS7 position out of college, fresh out of college, you'll be making, if you start as a GS7, that's because you don't have a master's degree, you don't have a CPA, you don't have any, and by the way, this also doesn't require you have a certification. $146,000, no cert. I was in a position that did that. I'm not telling you what I'm thinking, I'm telling you what I know, what I've done, what reality, right? This ain't no cap. This ain't no cap. And when I say I don't know an accountant or an auditor who makes less than six figures, I mean, personally, I don't know. Are there some? Yes. Yes. I mean, it's all sorts of salary ranges. There's some accountants and auditors making millions of dollars a year. I'm just saying that I don't personally know any who are not making $100,000 as a minimum per year. I don't know any. I just don't know any. And that's not just for any particular employer, private sector, public sector, government. I don't know none. I personally don't know none. And I probably know a lot more accountants and auditors than many of you. Regional firms paying that. National firms or international firms paying that. It's private money is paying that. Hedge funds is paying that. I mean, you name it. You name it. I don't know any who don't make at least $100,000. At least $100,000. It's crazy. All right. By the way, please smash that like button for me. You know what I'm saying? Please smash that like button. But I wanted to go further, right? I wanted to go further because I received a comment, and the guy said, let me see, Edward 8717. Edward 8717, brother, you are the reason I am making this video, and that's no shade to you. That is no shade to you, bro. I'm only making this video because, well, I read your comment. And I did not realize, I mean, I had a feeling that, titling or saying, oh, I don't even know any accountants who don't make this amount. And that's a fact. That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? That's just a fact. I don't know any accountants who didn't make six figures. I don't know any. I just don't know any. It's not my fault. I don't know nothing. I don't know none. From the tax people that I know who do taxes, who are actually accountants, and they do real taxes. And then there's no shade to nobody who do taxes. I mean, they do corporate taxes. They do private, wealthy people's taxes who are complicated level tax. Those people who I know who do that, yes, they make six figures for sure. Now, I'm not saying that everybody who do taxes make six figures. I'm saying every accountant that I know who does taxes makes six figures. That's what I'm saying. And that's not like, I'm not saying that, you know, my homegirl, them who do taxes, my partner, them who, you know, trap a little bit on the side, who do tax. Like, I'm not talking about them. I don't know what they make. I don't know what they make. I'm not claiming that they might make six figures too. I don't know. I'm talking about the accountants and auditors that I actually know, the CFOs that I know, those guys and ladies, those ladies and gentlemen, they making six figures. They making six figures. They making six figures. But let me read the comment, all right? The comment says, man, look. He said, man, look, ain't no accountant, non-CPA making 100,000 these days. 60K to 65K is the average in the Southeast. The average in the Northeast is 70K to 90K. The profession is a dying profession, and AI will take over. I would suggest one get their CPA and start their own accounting business. You never make that much money working for someone else. You never make 100,000 working for somebody else? Do you know I can show you thousands of people making 100,000, 200,000? Working for some, I can show you pages and pages of people. Names, salaries, locations, I can show you that are in accountant and auditor positions. And most of them do not have, I'd say maybe 3% have a CPA. So I just wanted to dispel the thought. And this is not a shot to this guy. I understand he's speaking from maybe a Google perspective. He's Googling information or something. I really would prefer, you know what? I want to get this. Hey, let me see. Who is this? Let me read this guy. Edward, 8717. Find me on Instagram. By the way, let me see. Links 1018 says, hey, my brother, what's popping, fam? What's popping? He says, taxes are very interesting. And then Links 1018 says, not every accountant wants to start their own firm. I mean, you know, being a business owner is, you know, it ain't for everybody. I say that, I mean, I don't know, just like, I guess like being an employee is not for everybody too. So I don't know. I think it's maybe a little easier being an employee, but you know, some people just ain't got the temperament for it, but some people ain't got the temperament for being a business owner. You know, it is what it is. You know, I do whatever. I'm going for the money. I don't care if it's a job, business owner, whatever it is. I just like the money. You know what I'm saying? What we here for? I'm not going to work nowhere, whether or not it's for my own business or whether or not it's for as an employee. I'm not going nowhere for fun. I'm going to get some money. Like, I don't see what the problem is. You know? I don't know what the problem is, baby. Let's get this money. You know what I'm saying? As easy as possible. Let's do it. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I don't want to struggle. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, so I want to just show you guys some things, okay? And I'm gonna do this, and I want you guys to follow along with what I'm gonna do. By the way, I almost lost my train of thought. So, Edward 8717. If you ever watch this video, message me on Instagram. My Instagram is @King. You know what? I'm gonna put that in this chat right here. If you watch this live, go back to the live and look for the chat. And I'm gonna give you my Instagram. Shoot, I put the wrong. Yeah, so that's my Instagram. Hit me up on there. Tell me I am 8717. Drop your phone number. I'm going to call you. I'm going to call you. I'm going to call you, and I'm going to show you something that I'm not going to put on this channel like this. It's too open of a forum. See what I'm saying? So I'm going to show you something, right, where you can actually see what, like, I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. I don't like to deal in the cap. Hit me, Edward 8717, hit me up. I'm going to show you something that I won't show on this channel. All right? I'm going to show you real numbers. All right? And I'm not talking about my numbers. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to show you other people's numbers. So you don't think that this is skewed or fictitious or whatever like that. I'm going to show you some real things, so we can put to bed, you know, any kind of myths that may be, you know, protruding into your algorithm, because they lying to you, brother. They lying to you. You can make 6 figures as an accountant. I don't want to say easy, but there are jobs that are available, lots of jobs that are available for non-CPAs. As a matter of fact, it's crazy because, like, to even get a CPA, you got to have 2 or 3 years of experience working in accounting, working, you know, under a CPA. So it's like you already, you have to get a job and even to even become you can't go from college to CPA. You still, even if you go take the test, you still got to go get those years of experience under a CPA. So you still have to get a job and work under a CPA. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you have to be able to, but there are plenty of jobs that do not require CPA. The crazy thing is, most people think that all accountants must be a CPA, or you're not an accountant, or they think that everything is a CPA. CPA stands for Certified Public Accountant. Certified Public Accountant. If you're not working in public accounting, you do not need a CPA. Now, if you were going to open a CPA business, or you're going to claim that you're a CPA, yes, legally, you cannot claim that you're a CPA and not be a CPA. You got to do that. You got to have that license. In order to sign financial statements, you need to be a CPA. But to be a CFO, you do not need to be a CPA. Now, the job may say requires a CPA. The job may say highly preferred, but highly preferred does not mean that you have to be a CPA. And that's why I'm going to do this other part in this video, okay? And I need you guys to follow along with me. You know what I'm saying? If you can, I appreciate it if you could follow along, all right? Because I don't have it set up right now for me to pull the things up on the screen and all of that. I don't got it set up like that right now, okay? So what I want y'all to do, I'm going to do it on my phone. That way I can at least see what I'm looking at. I got a couple people on here, at least 1 or 2 people. Tell me what city you're in. What city, what state? Somebody get in the chat and tell me what city and state you're in. And we're going to do this together. What city, what state? I got all night. Not really. Not really. But tell me what city, what state you guys in. Give me 1 or 2 people. And we're going to do this together as a group. All right. So Nancy's Minion said, 221 says, I just graduated from college with my accounting degree. Congratulations. Congratulations. Bachelor's, not master's, and my first job is $83,575. Now, you said in LA. Things is high in LA. But congratulations. Y'all hear this? Now, first, his first job is $85,000. His first job is $85,000. He just graduated. First of all, Hey, can we all just clap it up? Can y'all get in the chat and drop the $sign? Drop the $sign for your boy, man. Or your girl, I don't know. Nancy's? I don't know. Nancy's Million. We dropping these. Yeah, I mean. Yes, sir. All right, so shout out to you. All right, so let's look at Prison. Is that right? Prison 7223. Prison 7223. Let's look this up. All right, so we're gonna go to a very simple place. Okay? We're gonna go to a very simple place to find out if you can find jobs that do not require a CPA, that are accountant jobs. And I'm saying accountant jobs because I'm not saying accounting jobs, because bookkeeper is an accounting job. And accountants do the job, but you do not need to be an accountant to do that job. Understand what I'm saying? Okay, he said he's a dude. Appreciate you, bro, coming through, shedding that light like that, man. All right, so first, we finna go to Lanks 1018. Okay, my bad. We finna go to Prison 7223's Little Rock, Arkansas. He said he's in Little Rock, Arkansas. So let's go check out Little Rock, Arkansas. So this is a simple thing. I just want to prove something with the group. So everybody get your phones, get on your computer, whatever you got to do. Whatever you got to do. Let's lock in. By the way, please smash the like button. Please smash the like button for Nancy's, okay? Smash the like, oh, my bad. Nancy's Million 221. I get it. That's my bad. The lights is bright in here. You know what I'm saying? The lights is bright, baby. All right, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go on a very simple, we can do this in any city. I don't know nothing about Little Rock, Arkansas, okay? This may not come out well. I'm not saying this is gonna be great. I don't know, we may have to choose another city if this don't work out, all right? But let's just try it anyway. I know what Atlanta say. I don't know about Little Rock, Arkansas. So this is what we're gonna do. Everybody get on your devices. We're gonna go to Indeed. Very simple. Very simple. We're gonna go to Indeed. All right? So we're gonna go to Indeed.com. This is just a simple way. This is not the only place that I look for jobs. I got a top secret clearance, and you know what I mean. I got a long history of working. You know what I mean. On one of them, but don't look at me. So I'm gonna go to Indeed. Everybody can go to Indeed, right? Drop a $sign if you can go to Indeed. We're gonna try this. Now remember, he just put Little Rock, Arkansas in the chat. I don't know if we're gonna find anything in Little Rock, Arkansas. I don't know, but we're gonna see. And this is just for y'all. All right? You can do this in any city. We're gonna go to Indeed. And I want you to put in what I tell you. Put in accountant. Put accountant. Even though I typed in accountant, it said accountants or accounts. All right, put in accountant in the search. We're gonna put Little Rock, Arkansas in the search. All right, I mean in the location. We're gonna do this real simple, real simple. Okay. Now that we're here, the first job we see says accountant 1. At least the first one I see says accountant 1, right? The salary on that job says $54,000 to $83,000. Now I can understand if you were somebody who was looking for an accountant job and you was looking for a 6-figure accountant job, and the first one you came to said $54,000 up to $83,000, you'll think that I'm capping, right? If that's all you looked at. But I'm gonna show you how somebody like me and where I'm at uses this. So is there an accountant job that makes less than $100,000? Absolutely. But we're not applying for that, right? Like that's the first job that popped up. I don't even know why that's popping up. Again, maybe that's the best job in Little Rock, Arkansas. I don't know, but that's not what I'd be looking for. So this is, I want you to follow along. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go over at the top, right up on at least on my phone. At least on my phone, you can't see it. But on my phone, it has accountant at the top, Little Rock for the location, and then under that, there are these tabs. And I would click where it says pay, right? Everybody see that? Where it says pay, you click on the pay function, and then you go down to $120,000. Go down to that and click update. I don't know if anything is gonna come up. I don't know if any money is enough money in this location for that kind of thing. But, that's what we're gonna hit. We're gonna hit 120,000, because why would I go for anything less? Unless I'm brand new into the world of accounting. I get it. Okay, this is your first job. Maybe you gotta take some, get some experience. But let's see what we see. All right, I don't know if you guys are seeing what I'm seeing. Drop a $sign in the chat if you're seeing what I'm seeing. Are you seeing what I'm seeing? Now, and for anybody who might have missed it, we went to Indeed.com. We went to Indeed, and we went to accountant for the search, for the job title, Little Rock, Arkansas for the location. We clicked on pay, and we went to, on my phone, it says 120,000. That was the highest. I tried to go to the top. It said $120,000. On mine, the first job, and you can please drop a $sign in the chat if, or any kind of symbol, thumbs up, whatever you got. Give me some sign that you guys are following along to where I'm at. And then it says, the first job says corporate controller. The salary is $200,000 to $240,000. Now, I know some of you guys are like, I don't know that you said accountant job. Controller is another job title for accountant. Controller is another job title for accountant. You guys may not know that. I understand. It's not, unless you're in the field, it's probably not something that you've ever heard. But if you see a controller at your company, they are accountants. And it's typically one person, maybe two. Typically, it's one person who's the controller, and then maybe they have like a deputy controller or something like that. But this is an accountant job, okay? Not a bookkeeper. This is not bookkeeping, which an accountant can do that job as well. This is a controller job, which is typically for experienced accountants. Now let's click on the job. Let's click on it. I don't know. It may say you gotta have a CPA. I don't know. So we're gonna go to it. I just clicked on it. So I'm scrolling down. Okay, it says qualifications. Qualifications. Okay? Question in the chat. Can anybody tell me whether or not this job requires a CPA? Can anybody tell me if this job requires a CPA? Requires. Requires. Does this job require a CPA? A $240,000 accountant job under the title of controller. Does this job require a CPA? Don't worry, I'll wait. Anybody, please tell me, does this job require a CPA? Anybody? Any takers? Any takers? Does this job require a CPA? Prison 7223. Does this job require a CPA in Little Rock, Arkansas? Does it require a CPA in Little Rock, Arkansas for a $240,000 accountant job? Does it? I want to know. Inquiring minds want to know. I want to hear from you guys. Links 1018, does it require a CPA? $240,000 job. $240,000 job. $240,000 accountant job under the title of controller that does not require a CPA. We just pulled it up. No, it does not require a CPA. It does not. It does not. It's right there. It says strongly preferred. It's not required. It's not required. It's not required. Is my point proven? That's just the first one. That's just the first one. I didn't even know where we was going. Like, Prison, thank you, but you know, Prison directed us here. Wait, is it actually in Little Rock? I just want to make sure. I know I put in, yep, it says it's in Little Rock. This job is in Little Rock, Arkansas. It says preferred, not required. Just preferred, which means if you don't have one, it's okay. There are controllers who do not have CPAs. I know a lot of them. I know controllers who do not have a CPA. They don't even have the certification that I have. But they have been working in that space and they have experience in that kind of space. But you wouldn't even know that that's an accountant job. You wouldn't know it. When people see controller, they don't know that's an accountant. They control money. You know what I'm saying? They control like the company's money, the organization's money. They need the people who may have to sign off on certain things over certain amounts of money and this, but they don't have to be a CPA. It says it right there. That's just one. First of all, that's just the first job. We're gonna look at more. We're gonna look at more. That's just the first one. I just want you guys to see that there is a $240,000 controller job, which is an accountant in Little Rock, Arkansas, that a member of the chat told me to go to, that does not require a CPA. A $240,000 job in Little Rock, Arkansas, that one of the members of the chat said that he wanted to look at because that's where he lives, and we were able to find a $240,000 job that does not require a CPA, that is for accountants. Okay, that's just one. Let's go on. Let's look at something else. Let's see. I don't know about this one. This is odd, but property accounting director for scaling outsourced bookkeeping. It may require a CPA. I have no idea. It might. Let me see. It just might. I don't know. Like, we're going to find something that will and won't. Okay. Okay. Okay, so this one says, all right, so this job says it is $100,000 to $150,000. I clicked on the one that says property accounting director for scaling outsourced bookkeeping company. Can anybody tell me? Oh yeah, it's easy to break it to the field. Can anybody tell me if this position that's $100,000 to $150,000, well, it's actually, even though we're looking at Little Rock, Arkansas, this one says it's a remote position. So you can be anywhere in the United States. That's why I came up under Little Rock, Arkansas. But remote position. So you can work from home, make $100,000 to $150,000 working from home for this company. Does this position require an accounting degree? I mean, not an accounting degree. Of course it does. It's an accountant job, right? It's $100,000 to $150,000. And it's a work from home job. $150,000 work from home accountant position. You must be an accountant, meaning you have to have a bachelor's degree in accounting or finance, right? Finance, economics, or accounting. To have that bachelor's degree, you can be classified as an accountant. So this position, the qualification says you must have a bachelor's degree in accounting or finance, 7 years of overall accounting/finance, ideally in real estate investment or property management, ideally not mandatory, but they do want the 4 years of experience working with this Appfolio or Yardi, some other stuff, ability to manage and lead a team of bookkeepers and account managers, both abroad and in the U.S. And it says, now when it comes to the CPA, it says certified public accountant or equivalent experience preferred, but not required. It literally says, but not required. It's not required. It's not required. It's not required. It's not. Okay? See, then it says passion in real estate, extremely detailed. Those are, but CPA, is CPA required? That's the question. Is a CPA required for this $150,000 work from home job as an accountant? Is it required? Anybody? I'll wait. Huh? Anybody? While you guys is going over that, let's find another one. Looking for one that's in Little Rock. Okay. Looking for one that's in Little Rock. I'm looking for something good. So this one may require a CPA. Only because whenever I see tax, I think CPA. Because a lot of tax stuff does want you to have a CPA. This job says the salary range is $77,000 to $214,000. Let's see if it requires a CPA. I'm actually a little confused here. Because you guys see the requirements for this one? This one says you must have bachelor's degree and 2 years of experience. This position that goes from $77,000 to $214,000 require a CPA. And this position is a asset and wealth management renewable energy tax senior associate. A 214, not 40, 240. We've seen the $240,000 job that didn't require a CPA. This is a $214,000 job that does not require a CPA in Little Rock, Arkansas. I'm just saying this can go on and on. This can go on and on. We ain't look. I only picked 3 jobs, and I actually thought this one was going to have a CPA. I didn't want it to be all like non-CPA jobs, but they mainly non-CPA jobs. All right? I mean, like most accountant jobs are non-CPA. Forget what people tell you. You know what I mean? Now, when I want to go get a government contract, most of the government contracts want you to have a CPA. I ain't gonna lie, they do. The jobs, though, do not require you have a CPA. I was making $110,000 in Tampa as a budget analyst, journeyman. I wasn't the supervisor. Okay, I was making 110. That was my base salary. It was 110. That's where it started. It's 110,000. It would have went up, right? That's what I was doing in Tampa. I covered that on this channel. I was a budget analyst, which is in the accounting profession, but you actually didn't even have to have an accounting degree to do that job. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, matter of fact, Well, I think the people who I work with did have degrees, but they didn't have accounting degrees. They were also budget analysts because the job does not require typically for you to have an accounting degree. You didn't have to be an accountant to do that job, but it's in the accounting profession. So when you're telling me accountants can't make six figures without having a CPA, that's preposterous. It's preposterous. All right, so you guys want to know how to break into an industry, well, the industry, I guess you can say. First, Prison 7223. All right, Prison. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I'm probably not. I don't know. Am I saying that right? I have no idea. Prison 7223 wants to know how to break into the accounting profession. It's really not that difficult. Prison 223, let me ask you a question. Do you have a bachelor's degree in accounting? Let's start there. Do you have a bachelor's degree in accounting, finance, or economics? Finance and economics is more difficult, but do you have a bachelor's degree in accounting or either one of those? We'll wait. Let's move on to the next job. Let's move on to the next job. Okay, here's another controller position. Well, no, that doesn't say Little Rock, Arkansas. It's just all over. Another EY position doesn't say CPA. I am clicking on this though. Okay, so let's go here. And I want to go here because this is a Big Four position. In case you don't know, in case you aren't that familiar with the accounting world, there's four major accounting firms. They're called the Big Four, right? Big Four, EY, Ernst & Young, Deloitte, PwC, PricewaterhouseCoopers, KPMG. And I'm not going to go through the KPMG with those names is. But those are the four big accounting firms. And then there are, I don't know if it's 6 or 8, like regional firms. Excuse me. Large regional firms. Because the Big Four are all over the world. They're in Japan. They're in parts of Africa. They're they're everywhere. They're in Germany. They're in America. They're in India. They're everywhere, right? So those are the four major accounting firms. And then you have the large regional firms, which, are basically in America and stuff like that. I think it's like 6 of them. I could be wrong. I ain't sure. I didn't go that way. But most accountants, they're public accounting firms. So of course they push for you to have the CPA. So let's take a look, because there is a job here. And I know it doesn't say, this position does not, it says remote in the United States. It says FSO, which I'm not sure what FSO is off the top of my head. I'm not sure what that's talking about. But it says FSO, state and local tax professional. I have no idea what an FSO is. Okay, Chisin 7223. That is the first, Prison 7223. That getting your accounting degree is your first step into breaking into the field. Getting your bachelor's degree in accounting. Get your bachelor's degree in accounting and we can figure the rest out. But first you got to get your bachelor's degree in accounting. That's the first step to breaking into the field. Not an associate's degree. You got to get your bachelor's degree, okay? It's not one of those. You got to get your bachelor's. All right, so FSO, this position says FSO, state and local tax professional -- contractor. So they're looking for a contractor who can work 40 to 50 hours a week. 40 hours is full time. 40 to 50 hours a week, so maybe 10 hours in overtime every week, maybe. I don't know. But they're looking for somebody who can work 40 to 50 hours a week for $65 to $120 per hour. Okay? Now let's do the numbers on that. Let's do the numbers on that. Now let's say, you know what? Let me go back to it. I don't even want to do the numbers on it yet. We're going to do the numbers on the 65 because how much money is $65 an hour for 40 hours a week for a year? That's not including the 50 hours a week, right? So let's look at the requirements. And you can look the same thing up. And by the way, the reason that I'm looking at this is because this job was posted by one of the big four, EY, Ernst & Young. Ernst & Young posted this job. And remember, Ernst & Young is one of the big four accounting firms, and they're the public accounting firms. They push for you to get a CPA, right? You know, CPA, certified public accounting. So if there was ever a job that would be like, hey, you better get your CPA or push for you to get your CPA, that would be the big four, right? So this is a big four job. So now I want to take a look and see if this position that pays $65 to $120 an hour requires you to become a CPA or to have a CPA before you get the job. Let's look at it. All right. So it says qualifications, strong knowledge of state and local income, demonstrated ability to analyze complex state tax issues, proficiency with ASC 740 concepts, must have prior public accounting experience for consideration. Here we go. Maybe it does. An active CPA or EA is required for candidates applying to the manager role. Oh, okay. So if you're not applying to the manager role, then you do not need a CPA. And this position so from what I can tell, this position, maybe it has a manager role associated with it, and then you have like a generic non-manager role, but this position doesn't look like a manager role. It's a tax professional contractor, but it doesn't say management. Now, I will say maybe the management is in the 120 range, and maybe the general staff is in the 65 range. So maybe the 120 is reserved for if you're going for the management position. So let's just look at the 65. How much money is $65 an hour for 40 hours a week? Well, really, okay, so it's 52 weeks in a year. So 40 hours a week, 40 hours a week for 52 weeks is 2,080 hours a year. So regular full time is 2,080 hours a year. So we'll take the $65 an hour. Let's do the math. Let's see how much that is a year. All right, let's see, calculator. So $65 an hour times 2,080 hours. Let's see what it is. Drum roll, please. $135,000. Well, $135,200 per year. And that is only working the 40 hours. If you work 50 hours a week times, and this is not even get like time and a half for overtime, times $65. Well, $65 times 50 hours a week times 2,080 hours. Oh, no, hold on. I did that wrong. No, 52 weeks. Yeah, that's right. It's 169,000. So you'll make between 135,000 and 169,000 at a big four accounting position that does not require a CPA. This is facts. These is facts. These is facts. These is facts. I'm going to do another one. I'm going to show you something else. Hold on. I'm going to go to this website. Y'all bear with me. I'm going to get up off here in a second. But this is the kind of videos that we need. This is no cap. All right, no cap. Okay, let's look. I'm looking for something. Let's see. Looking for a particular, oh yeah, let's look at accounting. Let's see. We said we're gonna make at least 100,000. You gotta make at least $100,000 for this to not be capped. Okay. Okay. I don't want to click on any of those. I don't want to click on any of those because I don't want, I don't want to smoke. Let me see. All right, here we go. All right. I'm gonna copy this link. And this is just something, I wish I could find it. Let me see if I can find something even better so you could be like, what? I thought you said. Let me see if I can find something better than what I just seen. Not that one. Yeah, I think this is good. Yeah, this is good. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna send you guys this. Let me put it in the stream. All right, so boom. All right, so I just dropped the link in the chat. Click on the link, right? And when you click on the link, the salary range starts at $75,000. It's a job by DFAS or Department of Defense. DFAS is usually who processes the pay for a lot of government agencies or whatever. But this is an accountant position that starts at $75,000 and goes up to $117,000. And it's in Indiana, I think, or something. I just chose something that wasn't here. Let's see, where is this? I think it's in Indiana. I'm not even sure. Oh yeah, it's in Indianapolis, Indiana. Okay, this job pays, starts at $75,000 and goes up to $117,000. And it says that they are hiring for many vacancies. That means they have a lot of positions that they're trying to staff. Not one, this is not one job, one person job. This is like multiple people they're trying to hire. All right, so click on the link, go to it for yourself, see it, understand it. And then guess what? Requirements. No CPA. No CPA is required. But what you gotta have, there's an education. This position has a positive education requirement. To qualify for this position, you must meet one of the basic requirements below. Completion of all requirements for a bachelor's degree in accounting from an accredited college or university. CPA not required. Now, who the realest? I just want my respect. That's it. I just want my respect. I just want my respect. You know what I'm saying? I come on here and I do what I do, but I just want my respect. You dig what I'm saying? Good evening, Curtis. What's popping? Curtis Davis, what's happening, fam? I ain't seen you in a minute. What about tax accountants? What about tax accountants? I just went over a position, right? I just went over a position that was a tax accountant position for EY as a contractor, making $65 an hour, which which for 40 hours a week is 135,000, but they said 40 to 50 hours a week, which would have been 135,000 up to 169,000 per year with no CPA. And that's for a Big Four accounting firm. That's for a Big Four accounting firm. It's not required. Let me see. Curtis Davis says CPA just another piece of paper. Some company required. Yeah, some companies required. Some companies required. Yes, sir. I have been studying in the lab. Is that with AI? Yeah, man. I've been. Yeah, I got an AI computer. I built an AI computer. It's beautiful. I wish I could show it to y'all. I should have brought it. I should have brought it down here, set it up in the back, and just let it run. I got an AI computer, man, that talk to you and everything. It's dope. Yeah, I'm all in with AI. I love it. But I mean, don't let these people fool y'all, man. Accountants, is a thing. Auditors are a thing. All right, it's some money out here. I ain't even go crazy. There's people making $1 million a year, $2 million. There's people out here doing big. There's some people out here doing big numbers. You know what I'm saying? These hedge fund managers. What do you think they got? Yeah, what do you think they do? What do you think some of their degrees is in? Some of them are accountants. A lot of them are accountants. You see what I'm saying? Like it's like it's hard to box you in, but at a minimum, you're making 6 figures if you. I don't know how you do it wrong. You know what I'm saying? This AI can help you do many things business-wise, for sure. For sure. I really like for it to help me draft documents and stuff like that, but I still have to know how to correct the documents. And, hey, no, I wanted this. No, oh, you said the wrong thing. Hold on, wait, pull that back. Let me change that up. Oh, put these numbers in. Oh, you just made some stuff up right there. Why did you do that? All right, change that. Like, I still need to guide it, you know what I mean? But it's really good though. It's really good. It's great. Every company need tax audit actual costs. So yes, but a lot of businesses outsource it. A lot of businesses outsource bookkeeping and stuff like that. As far as tax compliance, a lot of businesses definitely have somebody else do their taxes. But I mean, every business needs accounting though, period. Every business needs accounting. I'm not familiar with tax. I think tax is fascinating, but I am not a tax person. And if you work for, say, like a government agency, government agencies typically are not paying any taxes, right? They're nonprofits or not-for-profits or whatever their government agencies, a lot of them ain't paying no taxes or whatever. They got a whole different kind of thing going on, You think accountants for the VA make good money? Well, let's see. Hold on, I did just see an accountant position for that organization. My views on this subject do not reflect the agency, but let's see. All right, so I was looking for. I see a couple of them on here from there, but like looking for something specific. Ooh, this is probably a good one to look at. Take a look at this one. See, the reason I'm gonna show you this one is because remember we're talking about making 6 figures, right? Now, and I want to apologize. This one is not the top one that I see from the organization, right? But if you look at it, click. I just dropped the link in the chat. Click that link in the chat. The reason why I put that in there, and I think it's important to remember or to look at, is because if you just came across this job on a job search, you would see the first number. The first number says this job starts at 57,000, but it goes up to 109,000, right? But if you only focus on the first number, this is still a 6-figure job that you can stay in this job until until you get to the 6 figures. You just need one job, it'll take you there. This is a 6-figure job. It just starts low. It just starts lower. But it goes to 109,000. This job has over $52,000 built into it, this one position. So there you have it. But there are other accountant positions that are out here for the VA or a lot of different organizations. But like I said, my views do not reflect any of these organization views. I'm only showing you possibilities that these things are out here. You did. Curtis Davis said, I will work for the VA, maybe 80 to 90K as a GS-10. It depends on experience and cert for bachelor's. As an accountant, auditor, stuff like that, they typically aren't GS-10s. Typically, positions go 7, 9, 11, 12. And then after, they go like 2 grades up till you get to like 12. And then once you get to 12, it's like 12, 13, 14, 15. You have to go one by a time. That's like almost all government organizations. Now, again, these is not my view. These are my views and not the organization's views. But yeah, so, but yeah, you like I said, if you were in an accountant position, I don't know personally any accountants or auditors who make less than $100,000. I don't know any. Personally, I don't. Or who aren't even in and even if there were some newer people in positions, they more than likely are still in a position that goes past $100,000. For sure. I got you. So, but yeah, there are plenty of things out here. You know what I'm saying? There's plenty of things out here. Things, man. I'm looking for something for myself now. Yeah. I'm on live. Look at me. So anyway, I just want to show you guys this. Had this conversation with y'all so y'all know ain't no cap in my rap. Ain't no cap in my rap. You did what I'm saying? Yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna have to get up out of here. I appreciate y'all coming through. How y'all do? You know what I'm saying? And y'all got any more questions so you can your consultant accountant make bank for 2 years? So you can be I'm thinking you're saying you can be a consultant accountant and make bank for 2 years? Is that what you're saying? If that's what you're saying, absolutely. I mean, a lot of accountants are consultants, especially the ones that work for like the Big Four. Big Four is heavy on consulting. They're heavy on consulting. That's a big part of their business. Good to see you too, fam. Good to see you too. Yeah, I'm about to get up out of here. Anyway, it's been a pleasure. Right now you're watching Casino Is the Name. If you find any value in this video, you know it ain't no cap, please like, share, comment, subscribe. Make sure y'all smash that like button. And we out. There are hedge fund managers making $1 million an hour. You know, it's crazy, right? It's money everywhere. It's money in everything. I want to help you. Start your business today. Come join my royal family. Subscribe to Casino Is the Name. There are hedge fund managers making $1 million an hour. You know, it's crazy, right? It's money everywhere. It's money in everything. I want to help you. Start your business today. Come Come join my royal family. Subscribe to Casino is the name. There are hedge fund managers making $1 million an hour. You know, it's crazy, right? It's money everywhere. It's money in everything. I want to help you. Start your business today. Come join my royal family. Subscribe to Casino is the name. There are hedge fund managers making $1 million an hour. You know, it's crazy, right? It's money everywhere. It's money in everything. I want to help you. Start your business today. Come join my royal family. Subscribe to Casino is the name. There are hedge fund managers making $1 million an hour. You know, it's crazy, right? It's money everywhere. It's money in everything. I want to help you. Start your business today. Come join my royal family. Subscribe to Casino is the name.